Hey everybody, Cardbandit here, and welcome to the first installment of the new series on my channel called Card Smarts. Let's get into what we'll be learning today. So first off, I really wanted to say thank you everyone who sent in whether they were interested or not in the new series on the channel, and a shout out to my friend Brandon, I think it was, for suggesting the name Card Smarts. It was way better than any other thing that I'd come up with in here. Sometimes you just have a mental block and you just need to go ahead and have some help with figuring stuff out. So shout out to you. I don't think he actually has a YouTube channel, but I just really wanted to say thank you for recommending the name Card Smarts for the channel. Super like the name. That was really bad grammar, but I really like the name, so thank you for suggesting it. And yeah, so the move that you're going to be learning, or that I really wanted to start off with, was sort of like an up and over concept. I have no idea whether the move's been created before, but it's really just a simple two-packet move that I think has a lot of applications, mainly in openers and closers, but you could also use it for connecting two-handed flourishes and stuff. We'll get all into that. And let's get into this new series and the move, or the concept called the up and over concept. Or that's what I'm going with, what the name of it is. If anyone has actually heard of the name of this, let me know. I'll correct it in the title and we'll just go from there. So anyway, let me teach you this and then we'll get into some applications. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so to start off with this move, what you're going to be doing is holding this in a mechanic's grip, and you're going to come over with your other hand and grab it in a biddle. The thing you want is your middle finger is going to be on the far edge there, right near the corner. Your index finger is going to be right beside that one, and your thumb is going to be on the back corner there. The reason you want your middle finger and your thumb on the corners there is because you're going to be rotating a bottom packet there, and in order to rotate it you need to hinge it between the thumb and the middle finger. So anyway, in a biddle grip you're going to start like a swing cut. So you're going to break off with the index finger, push that packet into the crotch of the thumb, and then from here what you're going to be doing is holding this packet firmly as you bring this packet up and over top. So the packet from underneath comes up over top and it'll rotate face up. Beautiful. So from here what you're going to do is you're going to place your index finger right on the face of the card, and you're going to curl in your middle finger slightly. So from here you curl in both those fingers so you have that packet gripped between the middle finger and the index finger there. You let go with your thumb and you slide that packet up and tilt your wrist down. So have it gripped, let go with your thumb, slide that packet up across the bottom packet, turn your wrist down, and from here you're going to pinch that lower packet with the thumb and the index finger, and as you pinch that packet with the thumb and the index finger, the top packet gets pinched with the thumb and the middle finger of the other hand. Hopefully that grip is clear. You're going to pull this packet out from underneath, and the top packet goes into a mechanic's grip, and from here you turn your wrist down so that the packet turns face up. You slide it up again and turn it face down by just dropping your wrist back. Let's do that sexy slow-mo thing. Delicious. So now let's talk about why I really like this move so much and get into some applications for it. Not that move, that's the revolution cut. I'm talking about this one right here. By the way, I didn't notice this, but the cards totally match the shirt. Wasn't intentional. I feel like I should switch cards now, but I'm not, because it was a really awesome happenstance. Anyway, after that weird side note, let's get into some applications. So I really like to use this move mainly as either a opener or a closer. It's a very nice, smooth 2-packet move, but the reason I like to use it for an opener is because you'll end up in a position where you can break off into a Z grip. So once you've done the last flip over portion with the cards, if you tilt your hand up, you can readjust your thumb and break off into a Z grip. And I'm sure I'm just sure that you know a lot of cuts that start with Z grip, such as Sybil. Or, you could start off into Z grip and then do another cut, like, that was horrible. Whatever. That was really, really bad. Let's do a redo. Essentially, when you're doing the cut, all you have to do is a slight readjustment as you're closing the cut, because you've got it pinched. When you slide it against that index finger and you're bringing it back down, you bring it back down so the back edge contacts with the thumb, and then you can break off into a Z grip. So that's really why I would use it as an opener, just because you've got that application for it, but I also like it as a closer. The reason I like it as a closer is because I'm often left with 2 packets in either hand, and I sometimes just drop them all over the place, or I do something different. Anyway, the reason I like it as a closer is because sometimes I'll just do a simple close like that if I have 2 packets in my hand, or I might do a pull down like that, or a thumb roll or something, and I wanted a different way of closing. So if I have 2 packets in my hand, what I can do is I can do a turnover like I would at the beginning, except not pulling it out from underneath. So if you just have that packet in your hand, you can actually turn it over by rotating your wrist and pressing it against these fingers here. And then you can go on with the rest of the movements to close up. And I thought it was a really nice way to close fluidly if you have 2 packets in your hands, which I often have happen when I'm doing a flourish. So that's why I really like it as a closer. But the other reason I like it as a closer is because you can make it as simple or as complicated as you want. So if you're using it as a closer and you're going and flipping it, what you could do is drag a card out from the bottom, do a thumb roll, and add a little bit more movement to it. If you just really wanted to practice that flourish at all, or just use it as just a simple flourish for impressing lay people, you can actually just do that flourish in itself, and it's pretty smooth, and I just like doing that anyway just because it works with the hands nicely. You could also do it this way, whereas you're coming back down, instead you grip it with the index finger, so you press up against the bottom so that the card is gripped with the index finger and slides out. Then you can do a thumb roll or any sort of flourish you want with that. So you'll slide that card out with the index finger, and you might even do flicker and close, something like that. So that's why I really like it in applications for opening and closing, just because when you're closing, you have a lot of different options for maneuverability and fluidity and working that into the cut. Alright, and that's pretty much it, everybody. Just a couple other concepts I wanted to talk about. One is that you can actually use this concept within a cut. So say you're doing a cut like so, and you're in the middle of it, you can actually go turn that packet over, grab a packet, flip it up and over, and do something with that concept within a cut. You can also use this as a false cut. So if you're doing some magic and you just want to seem like you're a little bit more skilled and want to do some cuts, the thing's completely false. I know that it's only 2 packets, but it can confuse lay people. I've done it before. And the last thing that I would say this cut would be useful for is connecting 2 larger flourishes. So say you've done a big flourish or have 2 packets left, you can then do this cut and then connect it into a larger cut that forms off of the Z grip. So it's you use that as the starter for the second cut, and it'll help you build a longer flourish routine maybe. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to comment below if you have any other concepts, ideas, where you might see yourself using this in your own flourishes, if you might want to use it, if you don't want to use it. I just want to get your opinions on what you think of the concept, what you think of the series. And other than that, I just wanted to say Thank you guys, and I will catch you later.